this side of the pad, float the elbow, keep the arm up, move to the side. To me, that is a 1 rep side pressure exercise. Uncle Todd, you're not like wrapping the straps around your wrist and then like grabbing it and locking it all in and No, we don't do that. Because you wrap the strap around your wrist, makes things easier. For one thing, it unloads your hand. We're not here, if you're here to learn how to make things easier, you are following the wrong YouTube channel. Uncle Todd's Playhouse, we do things the hard way. We Tom Sawyer everything. Everything's going to be difficult. All right, wrist wrench. Multi-spinner. Haha, hold on, okay. Same thing, pretty much. Multi-spinner in the pronating grip. Again, float the elbow, arm straight, one side of the pad to the other. Some weeks later, we do multi-spinner supinate. And again, this is where it kind of comes into a press, because in order to do this, you kind of drive it with your shoulder from one side to the other. I guess it's not really a press. I guess it's more of a shoulder roll. But I suppose it could be a press if you went to the other side of the peg. Uncle Todd, you're not like wrapping the strap all the way around your wrist where you could really lock it in. Yeah, no doubt, because at that point I can pretty much let go of my hand and I can pull this multi-spinner down like this. Same with the wrist wrench, same in the pronating. If I wrap the strap around my wrist, I can pretty much pull the weight down and let go of my hand. I am famous for saying the hand don't matter, but pretty soon I'm going to be famous for being the only guy who's like training his hand correctly. 15 years from now, you guys are going to say, Uncle Todd had this shit figured out 15 years ago. All right. If you are an inside puller, like my children tend to be, and you have to battle top rollers, like the whole world finds sexy, karate belts are going to be your favorite exercise. Karate belt pronate. Boom. Same thing we're doing before. Okay? Karate belt supinate. Again, kind of a shoulder roll, kind of a press. You guys should have raised your hand earlier. Or maybe you did. I'm sorry, you in the back, you did. I should have called on you. Okay, Uncle Todd, how come you are floating elbow from one side of the pad to the other side of the pad, as opposed to planting your elbow and pinning the weight? Why do we do that? Oh, please, let's not always see the same hands. You guys already know, right? Because like we learned, all right? Side pressure is about having these elbows, these bulletproof elbows that are like unpinnable, okay? When you train this way, okay, the force is applied here. The torque on your elbow is this force times this distance. It maximizes the stress on that elbow when you go from here to here. When you stick that elbow down, the first thing it does is unloads part of your shoulder because you're not holding the weight. Your elbows, the friction on this pad is holding some of the weight. When you pin it, right here is maximum torque on the elbow. This force times this distance. As I come down, the torque on the elbow is this force times this distance. As I get all the way down, it's this force times this distance. You see what happened? Things got easier. Do we come to Uncle Todd's gym to make things easier? No. We Tom Sawyer everything. Everything has to be difficult. Everything has to be hard. When you got a sweetie like mine, you want everything hard all the time. Okay. 2x4. It's just a multi-spinner made out of a 2x4, which is actually 1.5 by 3.5. All I did is I just took a nylon strap, tied it around it. At one point it was covered in duct tape. Duct tape eventually wore off, and the glue was still there, so I stuck this paper towel on it to stop getting glue all over my hands. Anyways, 2x4 pronate. What it does is it holds your hand, holds your fingers kind of flat, okay? All we're doing is, well, I'm not gonna explain the conjugate method to y'all now. You guys are all experts on that. Again, that'd be a max effort 2x4 pronate. And conversely, supinate, again, it's kind of a shoulder roll movement. It's kind of a press movement. I'm not good at these, but 2x4. That's it.